countries representing in Delhi, and a curtain raiser event of Global Investment Summit on the same day on Jan 31st, where different associations from different parts of the country have attended, and we have launched the curtain raiser. Many of the speakers from the dais representing our government have stated many of the important issues pertaining to the government regarding the contribution of GDP of 4.6 to the Indian economy and 4.6% of exports in 2021, in the financial year 2021, and Andhra Pradesh has consistently led India's economic expansion. Being the champion state in ease of doing business, we have been consistently ranked number one in the last 3 years in the Business Reforms Action Plan. In the last 2 years, we have been ranked number one only on 100% perception survey. In the previous editions of ease of doing business rankings in the country, it used to be a project that is to be submitted from the state government, and 50% of it is to be the perception survey. But in the last 2 editions of ease of doing business rankings, it's only 100% perception survey from the industry sector, where it was taken up by a third party which has been appointed by the central government. And we are the top achiever in ease of doing business with almost 97.89%. With almost 97.89% leading number one, followed by Gujarat and other states from the country. Being the champion state in ease of doing business, the availability of plentiful resources, largest industrial land banks, we have almost 48 to 49,000 acres of land readily available for allotment for industries. We also have 1 lakh acres of land which is already being used for industrial purpose in the state. We have come up with 3 industrial corridors, which is the Visakhapatnam-Chennai Industrial Corridor, the Chennai-Bangalore Industrial Corridor, and the Bangalore-Hyderabad Industrial Corridor. Out of these 3 corridors, almost India in the country, we are having almost 11 industrial corridors, out of which only state having 3 industrial corridors is Andhra Pradesh. We are really proud of it. On these 3 industrial corridors, we have 48,000 acres of land. And coming to the IT parks, the SEZs, and the growth centers, there are 3, and we have a PCPIR region, the Petroleum, Chemical, and the Petrochemical Industrial Investment Region, which is almost 644 square kilometers, which is one of the biggest PCPIR region in the country, which is between Visakhapatnam and Kakinada. And we are also having the bulk drug park, which has been announced recently by the central government, where almost 19 states fought for the bulk drug park in the country, and out of which only 3 states have been selected for the bulk drug park, out of which from the southern part of the country, only Andhra Pradesh has been selected for the bulk drug park, where the central government is assisting almost 1,000 crores for the development of the bulk drug park, and the other 2 are the Gujarat and the Himachal Pradesh state governments. And nurtured relations with over 650 Fortune 1000 companies, international network with almost 80 countries through 320 diplomatic offices and ministerial bodies, over 70 multilateral and bilateral agencies, development banks, and trade associations partner with Andhra Pradesh Economic Development Board to facilitate investments in Andhra Pradesh. Developed specialized sector teams that have built relations with potential investors and associations in the respective sectors. Connected with over 70 industry associations, trade bodies, and sector-focused industry groups for growing industry verticals in Andhra Pradesh. Having established industry connections with the United States of America, United Kingdom, Russia, Taiwan, Singapore, Germany, France, China, Korea, Europe, UAE, Hong Kong, GCC countries, and the list goes on. Even with the worldwide COVID-19 epidemic, Andhra Pradesh experienced a double-digit growth of 11.46%, almost 11.46% at constant rates in the financial year 2021. The state is home to renowned global and domestic firms, which includes Kia, which is near to Bangalore, and a Brandix apparel park, which is almost accommodating 26,000 employees in the apparel park, with almost 80% of local women working in it. And Apache, where the Adidas shoes are being manufactured globally, are being manufactured in the state of Andhra Pradesh. And we have Foxconn, ATC tires, the off-road highway tires, which are being manufactured in Visakhapatnam, the Apollo tires, Hero Motors, Munoz, Dixon, Wingtech, to name a few. The Sri City is home to over 200 companies from 28 countries, including multinationals like Kellogg's, Isuzu, Mondelez, Pepsi, Panasonic, Daikin, Foxconn, and a lot of other. With a robust reform program and best-in-class policies, the government of Andhra Pradesh is converting the state into a model state, de-risking the investments in the cornerstone of the new industrial policy, which will be notified in another 15 to 20 days. In the last 3.5 years after our government came into power, the state has approved investments to the tune of 1.9 lakh crores that would go on to create employment for almost 1 lakh people in the state. At the moment, 89 large projects are under implementation with a total investment of 2.2 lakh crores with potential to create employment of almost 30,000 people. We take great pride in ensuring a business conducive environment in the state. As I've just mentioned earlier, our state has been consistently has been ranked first in the country under ease of doing business. This is truly a strong testimony to our streamlined business processes with paramount importance given to credibility and reliability. Further, we have proactively reduced 359 burdensome compliances for business services, reduced service delivery time, repealed obsolete and redundant acts. Endowed with a coastline, as the previous speakers have mentioned, our state is blessed with a 974 kilometer of coastline, which is the second largest in the country, located on the eastern coast. Andhra Pradesh is leveraging its inherent maritime advantage to the development of 4 new seaports and 9 fishing harbors, where the Maritime Board is spending around $2 billion, which is almost 16,000 crores on maritime, through Maritime Board, for building 4 new ports. With the existing 6 new ports, it will become almost 10 ports in the state and 9 fishing harbors. Exports from Andhra Pradesh stand at almost $19.3 billion, accounting for 4.8% of country's total export. Once new ports are ready, exports from Andhra Pradesh will go up to 10%. As Rajiv just mentioned, the Leeds 2022 report published by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry that measures logistics ease across the different states identifies Andhra Pradesh to be the top achiever in logistics ease, a stronger enabler that is alluring global investors to build port-based manufacturing units. The state has also invested in its energy and industrial water infrastructure, making it possible to offer the same at affordable prices to the industry. Given long-standing presence of industrial activity in the state, Andhra Pradesh is home to numerous sectoral clusters such as automotive, pharmaceuticals, textiles, food processing that help provide large pool of skilled youth. We are also the only state, I've just mentioned, with the 3 corridors, the 3 big industrial corridors. Our vision of economic development in the state is centered on balancing growth across regions of the state, promoting a risk-free business environment, sustainable industrial development, and enabling large-scale job creation. We also envision our youth getting skilled in the latest technologies to contribute to building world-class products. We believe that our talented human capital will enable economic development, which will further fuel social development and lead to improvement in quality of life. To add to the above, our strategy of industrial development is also focused on leveraging our natural advantages such as long coastline, availability of quality water and power, and excellent multimodal connectivity. Furthermore, we are all not only,
for example, Gift City, in Gujarat is beginning to do well. IT, there's a lot of activity that's happening around fintech, right? So is there any plans to set up knowledge hubs within the state? I'm also married to my lovely wife who's from Visakhapatnam. I also try to do some agriculture in Vizag. So I know the potential that's there in Vizag. So the question to any of the honorable ministers is, any plans for knowledge hubs within the Andhra state? I mean, Tirupati, Vizag, Vijayawada, all the places you've got phenomenal talent. Thank you.
With specific regard to skilling and IT together, I think he'll be the best person to give you a detailed explanation on that. With regard to the knowledge part, the first 3 years have been very tumultuous for us after our government came in, because beginning we were settling down, and then 2 years of COVID dragged us all back, just like how everybody else. And we did not have a lead that other states or cities had. But we are trying to now locate this form of industry in Vizag and Tirupati, and areas where your universities and colleges go together to be able to complement. So that is where we are right now. To go into the details, because it is not my mainstay thing, I think he will be.
Thank you for bringing this up, because it gives us the opportunity to completely tell you the activities of the ITEC department. It is not just the IT promotion wing which I introduced in the presentation. We have a separate wing called the AP Information Technology Academy, APITA, whose sole purpose is to take the high-end courses that are offered by companies like IBM, Accenture, Oracle, and then give these courses to these engineering students as a kind of industry bridge. In the sense, we give it as a kind of a add-on module to all the engineering students who are tied up with the AP IT Academy, so that they become industry ready. The major is we give them training in how to build resumes, how to handle cheat sheets in Java, how to handle cheat sheets in C++, how to handle cheat sheets in MySQL, because they do come with some kind of a raw knowledge, but when it comes to handling interviews, they falter a bit there. Then in English communication skills. So this is for the skill building part and the knowledge building part for the IT and the electronics sector. Separate skill development corporation which looks at non-IT skills. In the sense, you have a graduate from BA, BSc, BCom, but they will not be industry ready for the kind of jobs. So for this, we have the skill development corporation that offers a complete slew of courses for their particular relevant sets. In addition to these two organizations, we have the Society for Andhra Pradesh Network, SAPNet, which we call, whose sole job is to purely telecast and have resource persons to talk about the educational sector. In the sense, suppose a candidate wants to appear for the civil services, and the study content is too costly or inaccessible to them because of constraint. So these courses are available to them right on YouTube or on a specially designed receive-only terminal, which we have situated in some 600 odd places all over the state of Andhra Pradesh. And in addition to this, we have the AP Space Application Center, which has specific tie-ups with universities for geosciences. Now, as I was already hinting, that we have a mandate to provide a 2.5 centimeter resolution to the entire. How are we going to do this? We need to build the students' capabilities as well as the industry's capabilities. Already we have tied up with MOUs with 2 to 3 engineering colleges within our, and also we have tie-ups with